Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. Quick run through of all the answers for the 2-1 to 2-3 quiz review. All right. Remember, for relative frequency, I want to find the total number first. Well, actually, it might be easier to do cumulative frequency because I need the cumulative frequency for the relative frequency. Cumulative frequency. Oh, that's not a pen. Cumulative frequency is 5, 8, 11, 14, 16. Did you guys get 17? Yeah, add them up. Right. All right, relative. So now I want to go out of 17. 5 out of 17. I'm okay if you write it. That's a 7. I'm okay if you write it as a decimal or a percent. I really don't care. I'm going to say 0.29. I'll go 0.294. Why not? I really don't care where you round to. I like to go 3 out because then it gives me like a 29.4% if I wanted to say that as well. 3 out of 17, and this is all 3 of those categories. 17.6, 0.176, 0.176, 0.176. That's nice and convenient there. 2 out of 17 gives me 11.8, 0.118. 1 out of 17 gets me 0.059. Good there? Yeah. Remember, relative is just the percentage out of the whole. Cumulative is adding up all as you go. All right, let's talk about the frequency polygon that we have. Remember, frequency polygon is kind of like it's showing you the midpoints, right? Remember, frequency polygon is showing you the midpoints. Approximately how many basketball players were studied? So I need to find cumulative frequency here, right? So that means there was 0 here, looks like 6 here, looks like 10 here, looks like 22 here, looks like 24 there, looks like 16 here, looks like 20 here. Is that 2? Yeah, 2 there and then 0 there. So let's add all those together. That gives me a 6 plus 10 is 16, plus 22 and 24 make 46, and then 20 and 16 make 36, and then 2 more. Look at that, right on 100. Which class has the largest frequency? Please give the upper and lower class limits. Okay, it's pretty easy to see that this is this class, right? But what are my limits? Well, you can kind of have a variety of different answers here, but here's the deal. You can't say like 78 to 81 or 75 to 78. You can't say that because 78 is the midpoint of the class with the highest frequency. So you want to say 77 to 79. That would be fine. You want to say 70. What would it be, like 76.5 to 79.5? That would be fine. Just give me a class with the midpoint as 78. It would not be okay to say like 75 to 81. That's not okay because all of the classes need to have the same width, right? So what would the class below it be? You couldn't have the width of 6 for the class below it. So what I would need to do is say, okay, I think the best answer here is 76 to 79, because then the next class below it, if this is 76, this could go, or sorry, not 76 to 79, 77 to 79. And then so this class width could be 76 to 74, and this one is 73 to 71. See, follow me there? So you're gonna have to kind of work to see, using those points on there, knowing that they're the midpoints, figure out some class widths that would be approximately correct. So in this case, I'll say 77 to 79. Which class has a cumulative frequency of about 16? Okay, it's this class, right? It's the 6 and the 10 to get to 16. Don't say this class up here. No, that's total. That's just frequency, not cumulative frequency. It's this class right here. So it's the 71 to 73. 71 to 73. Follow me there? All right, your grades in English along with the weights are as follows. Find your final score for the course. Remember, the a weighted mean is sum of XW divided by sum of the W's. Also, this is the first assessment that you will be getting these fancy dancy formula sheets. I don't know if you use them, but you get them. A little security blanket. But that's on here. Sum of XW over sum of W. The nice thing here is that the sum of the W is just 100 or 1, however you run the numbers there. Okay, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room here. Let's find XW. Because this is X and this is W. I'm going to use W as a decimal. The weights as a decimal. So I'm going to have 72 times 0.12, 8.64. I'm going to take 75 times 0.18, 13.5. I'm going to take 80 times 0.2, which is 16. I'm going to take 65 times 0.15, which is 9.75. And then we have 70 times 0.35, which gets me 24.5. Okay, so all said and done, sum of XW is going to be, we got 8.64 plus 13.5 plus 16 plus 9.75 plus 24.5. Let's see if I missed 8.64, 13.5, 16, 9.75. Okay. Yeah. 72.39. Now, I would divide by sum of W, but because I made my weights a decimal, I add up all of my weights, I would get 1. I'm just divided by 1. And there it is, 72.39. If you had used your percentages and said 72 times 12, you got 864 through 1,350, so 100, and so on. You would just divide by 100 in the end, right? Because you add up all of your weights, you get 100. So whatever you do there, just make sure you calculate that in. All right, questions on 3. Let's take a look at 4. Okay, mean high temperature for the problem number 1 there. Okay, so here's my same class and frequency, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the class midpoints. That's going to be my X. Because remember, the mean of a frequency distribution is sum of XF, this is from the formula sheet, divided by N, right? Sum of your XFs divided by N. Here's my frequency, here's my F. What's my X? Well, I'm going to kind of just put it right in here. I'm going to add a little column. Here's going to be my X's. And again, my X is going to be my midpoints of my class. Okay, so 20 and 23 divided by 2, that gets me for 21.5. 21.5. Now, how much am I going up by with my classes? I'm going up by 4s. So I don't need to run those numbers each time. I'm just going to keep adding by 4 now. So this is 25.5. This is 29.5. This is 33.5. This is 37.5. This is 41.5. Okay. So now I take XFs. I'm going to add on a new column here. Call that XF. And let's multiply 21.5 times 3. Oh, no, sorry. 21.5 times 5, excuse me. 107.5. And then we have 25.5 times 3. 76.5. We've got 29.5 times 3. I'm going to keep doing a couple more, so I don't need to. 33.5 times 3. 37.5 times. Okay, that one's only 2. I'll bring these over real quick. No, come on. Come on back. Please. Please come on over. Please come on over now. There it is. Okay, so we got 88.5, 100.5, and 75. And then 1 times 41.5 is just 41.5. Okay, you can go in. All right, so now I'm going to add up all my XFs, which is 107.5, 76.5, 88.5, 100.5, 75, and 41.5. Let me just double check. 107.5, 76.5, 88.5, 100.5, 75, and 41.5. Remember, a lot of statistics is doing things again and again and again without error, right? Which is difficult, right? It's not just about can you mentally do the problem, but can you do it without error as well? All right, I got 489.5. That's my sum of my XFs, 489.5. And then I'm going to divide it by N. Well, what was my total frequency from above? 17, right? So now I divide that by 17, and I get 28.79, or 28.8 if you will. Now, does that logically make sense? Yeah. I mean, it's on the low side of this class. It's like falling right in there, right? And that makes sense because this 5 is kind of pulling that up, isn't it? Right? It's pulling it up a little bit rather than keeping it right in the middle of that class. Cool. Questions about that? Okay, let's keep it rolling. Consider the following. I don't know if there's an A in there. I think this was like, like I entered down while I was numbering and it made an A. So, sorry. Looks like there's an A in the data set. Calculate the mean median mode of the data set. Which choice would you likely give as your best measurement of central tendency? Well, let's first find the mean. 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 10. Nope. Just 2 10s. We got a 10, 10, 12, excuse me. 14, 15, 17. 14, 15, 17. 14, 15, 17. And then a 35. How many entries do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries. Okay, so 13.75. X bar is 13.75. Yeah, X bar. The mean is 13.75, right? Is that what you guys got? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm doing these just on the fly here. So let's find the median. Nice. These are all in order already. Perfect. What's the median? 11. Yep, right in the middle of the 2 there. Median is equal to 11. And the mode looks like 8. Okay, what's the best measure of central tendency to use? Median. Why? There's an outlier. Yeah. You notice the 35 it's skewing the data, right? It's skewing the data. So therefore, if there's an outlier skewing the data, the best one to use is the median. The mean is getting by that outlier, so use the median. All right, stem and leaf plot and a dot plot. Okay, so look at my stems here. Looks like we got a 4, a 5, and a 6. So I'm going to say a 4, a 5, and a 6 here. Don't forget to put a key. Remember we talked about that. Don't forget to put a key. Let's just use the first one. 4, 1 is going to equal 41. Okay, looks like we got 1, 2 2s, 3 4 8, 1 1, 2 8 5. Or sorry, 2 8 9. And then we got 0 1 2 2 3. Yeah. Okay, there's my stem and leaf plot again. Don't forget to put a key. Silly, but you got to make sure you do that. Let's make a quick dot plot. Okay, I'm going from 41 to 63. Let's go by 5. Let's go 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, sure. And then I'm going to 63. Right? 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. We'll put 65 right there. Okay. and we make a dot plot. I'll make them with red dots. A 1, 2 twos, a 1, 2 twos, a 3. Oh, I guess I should space it out a little bit more. 4, an 8, 51, 2 51s, a 52, 58, 59. Which kind of jumps there, doesn't it? 58, 59, 60, 61, 2 62s, and a 63. Pretty simple, right? Okay. Any questions on 6? Number 7. A car dealership wants a pie graph of the amount of cars sold for each quarter. Quarter 1, 450. Quarter 2, 685. Quarter 3 was 267. Quarter 4, 975 cars were sold. Construct a pie chart. Okay, Q1. Let's do Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. This was 450, 685. Oops, skipped Q3. 267 and 975. All right, so there's my data. I'm going to make a little table for myself. There's my data. Let's figure out my percentages first, my relative frequencies, my RFs, if you will, my relative frequencies. Looks like I need to figure out my total. So 450, 685, 267, and 975 gets me. Oh, hold on, please. I forgot a plus sign. Insert. Oops. Okay, there we go. Much better. 2,377 cars. So 450 out of 2377 is 0.189. 685 out of 2377 is 0.288. 267 out of 2377 is 0.011. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I was like, wait, that's way too small. I got a little 7 happy there. Hold, please. Hold, please. There we go. There we go. 11%. Let's just get that 0 out of the way. So that's going to get me 0.112. There we go. 11.2%. And then 975. 975 out of 2377 is 0.41. 0.410. Okay, next column I need to make is the degrees, right? Is the degrees of the circle that I need. So I'm going to apply each one of those by 360. So 0.189 times 360, and then 0.288 times 360, 0.112 times 360, 0.41 times 360. I hope I didn't make any mistakes when I was plugging those in. I'm faster than my calculator can go. Okay, we got 68. We'll go round it to the nearest degree. 68 degrees, 104 degrees. Is that right? Yeah, because it's more than 90. 40 degrees, and then 148 degrees. Cool. Let's make my pie chart. Okay. 68 degrees. That's Q1. Okay, something like there. That's Q1 with 60, or no, we'll say 18.9%. 18.9% of the data. And then let's put it in a different color. Q2 is going to be 104 degrees. So let's go just a little bit past 90 there and go like right there. So there's Q2 with 28.8% of my data. And then we'll pick another color. We'll pick green here and go 40 degrees. Actually, let's do 150. Yeah. So here's 180 if I were to just draw that line straight across. So there's like 30 degrees below that. There we go. This is Q4 with 41% of my data. And then this must be Q3. So we'll say Q3 with 11.2%. My Q1 and Q3 look misshapen, but that's okay. I think I made Q1 look more like 45 degrees than 60 degrees. But again, as long as I see all the necessary information in there, I'm gonna be very lenient on your drawing. Okay. Right. As long as this table is there, you're good. That's what I need to see. Draw an example of each data set that is skewed left, skewed right, and symmetric. Okay, skewed left, skewed right, and then symmetric. Symmetric is easiest to do. Okay, so let's draw symmetric. Perfect bell shape, right? Where is the mean, median, and mode? Right down the center, right? Mean, median, and the mode right down the center. Now remember, skewed left means the tail is to the left. Long tail to the left, bump on the right. Right? Skewed right was the opposite. The tail is on the right. Big bump, tail. Right? Okay, now think about the outlier pulling the mean. Right? So this is the mean. This is the median. Highest point is the mode. Right? Mean's getting pulled toward the tail. So flip that. This is the mode, most. The median would be somewhere in here on skewed right, and then the mean, sorry for my poor handwriting there, is a little bit pulled further to the right. With 2 minutes to spare. I'm going to stop my video real quick.